it.
That's right. It's true. We make a better day. Just you and I.
Just you and me. Like,
Just you and me.
yeah. No, I wasn't correcting you, but yeah. Can you tell me anything about Melchizedek? Because I've run into him in my adventures among the non-Jews. I've run into him.
Oh yeah, he's a huge character with the Goyim.
Huge.
The Goyim love Melchizedek.
Yes.
Like you wanna make it big with a Goy, you just say Melchizedek.
Yeah.
Say, I'm with Melchizedek.
He's come up again and again and again.
Because they like him because he's a Goy, and he has a relationship with God, and they see him as like, my father used to preach about him a lot.
Oh really?
He saw him like as a Christ-like figure.
I've heard others say that he was actually I've heard that he was Christ, that it was an early kind of reconnaissance mission or something of Jesus's, and that actually he was Jesus. And I was sure that a Mormon once told me that he was Adam, that actually Adam had lived, and Adam was Melchizedek.
Now, when you describe Jesus as the Christ, you mean that you accept him as the Messiah?
No. Did I describe him as Jesus Christ?
You called him Christ.
Yeah, Jesus would be more accurate. I don't
accept him as
I don't accept him as the anointed one.
Oh, here, I got a great story for you. Stop me if you've heard it already. So there was a guy at a Judaica store where we sold mezuzahs and other Jewish paraphernalia. He wasn't able to make a living at it, so he thought, I'm going to have to finally start selling crosses. So he called a wholesaler and said, the first time he was really nervous, and he said, I'd like to buy 400 silver crosses. And the wholesaler said back to him, you want them with or without the mamzer?
That's a good one. I have not heard that one before. That's the difference between a Catholic cross and a Protestant cross, but that's it.
I don't think we should say too much about that joke in case the Goyim understand it.
Yeah, well, no.
We'll just leave it. We went.
But I've heard that before, that actually that Jews were at some points involved in kind of producing and selling icons of other faiths, and is that?
It's a living, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
There have been times when I've had to work as a Father Christmas, or at least I've considered working as a Father Christmas.
Right, and the Jewish guy acting as Santa Claus is an old one, but to produce objects of worship for another faith, is that?
It's definitely forbidden.
That's forbidden.
But Jews have not always done only that which is permitted to them by the Torah.
No, they haven't.
Not all Jews are as pious as I am.
No, sadly.
Yeah, but the Goyim love Melchizedek.
Yeah, he's huge.
And they get so happy when you say his name. There's this innocent joy in their faces. Like, they're so cute when you talk about Melchizedek, and you never think they're capable of Holocaust or pogroms. It's just they just
right, because he's evidence that he's a priest of God.
Yeah, you don't need
to
be Jewish to be close to God, and also when they're sleeping and at the beach often, I think they're really cute, playing at the beach in the waves. The Goyim, they're just there's this innocent, childlike, enthusiasm in their faces. When you talk about Melchizedek,
or when
they're playing on the beach, or when they're sleeping. I love Goyim when they're sleeping. They're just they're just kind of passed out, head on the pillow, and they're just they seem so harmless. You would never know the depths of depravity that they're capable of. But
wow, yeah, well.
So Jews I love how Abraham laughs at God here. There's God's telling him, "Oh, I'm going to make you as numerous as
right." And he falls down laughing.
And no other religion has this kind of relationship with God. Every other religion, people are just "Oh, I have faith in you, Almighty," or "I believe in you." But Jews have this vibrant relationship where they laugh and get angry.
This is not typical of the way Jews react. I mean, people are killed in this book for much less than what Abraham does here.
No one's killed for laughing at God.
No, not for laughing at God. I think Abraham was the only one who did it. But for
No one's killed for getting angry
All right,
at God.
Moses is forbidden to enter the
But
promised
not because
land.
he got angry at God. Not because he laughed at God and said, "Oh, that wasn't funny."
It
Like
just,
Jews
it just
have
seems,
a whole different relationship with God. Like in the world today, you know far more Jews who are angry at God than Jews who love God.
yeah, either angry at God or just don't believe in God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're like, if you want to just like take anger versus love, Jews have far more anger at God than love for God.
I'd say that's true. Yeah.
I mean, like it's either like indifference or it's anger, and then there are some freaks that have love for God, but it's not generally like you don't meet Jews who just like vibrate love of Hashem. I mean, not so many.
The one person who I've met who really I was sure really did seem to love God was actually my cousin who's a settler in the West Bank, and I was watching him pray,
Wow.
and he was it was different from any
Yeah,
kind of praying
yeah.
I'd seen before from Jews.
Yeah.
But what about you? Do you love God?
Well, yeah, but I was raised a goy, so you kind of as a goy you're raised to love God. So it's like I was raised not to curse, so I don't curse. Like that was a big deal in my childhood. Don't curse publicly.
So you think non-Jews are more likely to love God than Jews?
Yeah, they have a much simpler. You can see it in their faces, the goyim, when they're sleeping, when they're playing at the beach. They just have a much simpler approach to life. They have like this childlike enthusiasm, like the simplest things. Like you give them like baubles sometimes, or this like colored string, and they'll just be so happy. Like you just give them some colored string, and they'll be happy. They're happy as Larry, just playing and singing and dancing, and like, oh, I love God, I love Jesus. No, they're just like.
So doesn't that make us a miserable chosen people? If all other peoples are more likely to love our God than we are,
I think it makes us more. It's more vibrant, and it's more vibrant. It's like it's not this passive. And, oh, how like when I was a kid, we used to sway back and forth and sing, "Oh, how I love Jesus."
Yeah. I've done that myself.
So much.
I did. I have. But in India, I begged Jesus to bathe me in His blood.
Yeah. Like I think Jews have a much more intimate relationship with God, so familiarity breeds contempt. Like Jews are like kind of so used to God that they're like bored with Him and done with Him and moved on from Him. It's like they take it for granted. God took them out of Egypt, and God did this and God did that, and
well, our liturgy sure talks a good game as far as revering God and being.
Yeah.
But you mean in their actual practice?
Yeah,
Jews
in the
are
real life, yeah, they have much more. I think
they're already hip to God. He's kind of. Whereas he's more of a novelty for the.
Yeah, they're just so much more grateful. It's kind of like an ugly girl when you dance with her. It's like, oh, it's like she's so grateful. She doesn't mouth back, and she doesn't try to cut off your balls, and like a Jewish American princess. She's just like a happy, an ugly guy. You dance with an ugly guy. They're just so grateful that a member of the chosen ones has danced with them. Like they're just happy as Larry, and it's really sweet to see, and they're just grateful, that they have a path to God, and they don't bother Him. It's like have you ever had like a grateful girlfriend who just doesn't cause you any sorrows, and like they're just happy for everything you give them?
Okay, so would you describe all the different Christian kind of religious institutions as essentially a product of that same disposition? The Catholic Church, these are.
Yeah, I think they're just grateful to have a path to God, and
wow. It makes them sound more pious and holy than.
We have Young Israel.
Oh, there's no comprehensible sound.
Well, I'm gonna restart this. It doesn't matter. You can catch it on the YouTube if sound's not so good. I've never been able to figure out the sound consistently, but
We've had good sound days before.
Yeah, we've
People,
had. Yeah, they come and go.
Yeah.